Evening, well, good afternoon. Thank you guys for coming out. Those that are here, I appreciate you showing up for our special board meeting. Unfortunately, as always, there is no quorum. The two trustees did not come. They decided not to come once again. But just so you know, the things that are at stake. Township government is at stake, and they're not telling you that. And what I mean by that is we have bills that have not been paid for over 2 months, and every single time we request a special meeting to just take care of the everyday essentials of business is not getting done, let alone getting heard. You guys see myself, trustee Darlene Gray Evers, the clerk, Loretta Wells, and also the attorney, Eric. We all show up here, President Elmer, Deputy Clerk took here. We all show up here every single time, despite how we feel, what we think, or our opinion. And that's what you're supposed to do when you're elected official. You guys elected us to do the will of the people. And when we don't show up to take care of everyday business, that is a problem for me, a problem for the residents. So I hope that people are seeing it for what it is. Unfortunately, our board has been manipulated by the powers to be, and I've been saying this, and I'll continue to say this. I told you that the board gets their order from Thaddeus Jones. He's the mayor of Canyon City, and Napoleon Harris. He's the senator and the committeeman. I keep telling you this, and you need to pay attention to what's going on in your own backyard. Right now, we have essential services that are at stake. One, being the insurance. I have mentioned this at a previous special meeting that no one attended. I have scheduled several special meetings and no one has attended, but now we are in jeopardy of not being able to do the services here for our residents. When we don't have insurance, that means that you, residents, media, cannot come in the building because we don't have any insurance. So if you fall, trip, or anything of that nature, how do we cover it? Also, the rides for our seniors, and that's my problem that I have with all of this gridlock, this political theater. How do we pick you up? How do we take you to your doctor appointment? And that's what you guys are not seeing. You listen to all the smoke screens and all the smear campaigns, but you're not looking at the people that's really doing all the mess being committed here at Thornton Township. So that is at stake. I'm going to read to you a couple emails, and I'm going to tell you how illegal and corrupt the two individuals are, Trustee Carmen Carlier and Trustee Chris Gonzalez, and the people who are named that are their puppet masters. They send emails when we have been told by the attorney, told by the AG that you cannot and will not do a consent vote, but yet they still say do a consent vote. That is illegal, guys. Did you hear me? Illegal. We cannot do anything as it relates to sending a vote via email. So when they ask you to do that, you should say, hey, why are y'all saying to do something illegal through email? You guys should always come here and say yes or no as represent to your vote. Because it doesn't matter what someone feels about someone up here. What matters is you came here to do your job, you executed your vote, and you said yes or you said no. You're entitled to that. And understand this, as you know, we are down one trustee. So what is the reason really why they're not coming to the board meeting, let alone being told not to show up, right? So if they don't show up, you cannot move anything in Thornton Township. And that was their plan, to not move things in Thornton Township. Me and Trustee Darlene Gray Evers, we vote for everything for the people. Everything. If they show up, it will be 2-2. That means that you still get your wish, trustees that's not here. You still gridlock government, nothing still moves, but you are here for the record saying yes or no. So I'm telling residents, enough is enough. Stop with the mess. Call a spade a spade. You got individuals that's literally controlling this board. Not me, not Trustee Darlene Gray, because they cannot control us, but they are controlling the other two. Everybody has been making time for what they want. People have been going to other people's board meetings, but yet you send an email to Thornton Township stating you cannot attend, that you're out of town. You were out of town last night when you was at District 149 board meeting, Trustee Chris Gonzalez. Y'all make time for mess, but won't make time for the business that needs to be conducted here at Thornton Township. That is the problem, that is the facts, that is what's going on right now in your own backyard. So, right here, Chris Gonzalez wrote, he is sending a consent vote to renew the insurance here at Thornton Township. I just told y'all the laws. We have to do it in person. We have to vote here. We cannot do a consent. That's the case, nobody ever go to work. They won't. They will never come to work because they can vote via email. You cannot do that, impossible. Here's another one. And this is the one from Stephanie Wiedemann. When I first came here, she reported to the AG office about consent votes and didn't want us no longer to do consent votes. But guess what? Before I came, that's all they did. That's all they did was a consent vote here at Thornton Township where they voted through email. But what I tell you, when it's them is okay, when we do it, it's not okay. So guess what? We comply with what the rules are, which is we can no longer utilize consent vote through email, which they was doing anyway. So that's the AG office right here. So the news, I got all this, so y'all tell y'all story, y'all get y'all facts straight. I give you a copy of everything I'm reciting so you get it right. I also have a whole list of things about the insurance. From day one, when we knew that we needed to renew the insurance, we placed it on the agenda. Day two, we also told them again we need to come to the board meeting, which was the regularly scheduled board meeting. Day three, we said, hey, y'all ain't show up. We're going to do a special meeting. Then we did another special meeting. Then we did another special meeting. It's like, come on, guys. When y'all going to see who the problem is? Because it's not us. We constantly are calling for special meetings, and they are not coming here to do the work. It is a ton of bills that's due. It's a ton of services that will be cut for non-payment, and it's not because we're not showing up, because we're here to pay the bills. It's not just the insurance, it's the bills too. What that means is your food residents. So we was not able to basically deliver food to some of our seniors this week. That's the stuff y'all not recording or reporting because they didn't pay bills. And the vendors said they're not gonna supply us with food if we do not pay their bill. And that's a problem. So I need you to wake up and call people out on their BS because right now, enough is enough. And our people are suffering. No matter how you try to do harm to me, supervisor, and try to stop me from progress, you're not stopping me. You're stopping the people of Thornton Township because they come here to get the services and we are supposed to dish the services out. Under my leadership, we have surpluses. Y'all never had surpluses. But yet y'all keep all the money in the building so that you guys can utilize it and give it to your friends. I say no. I say give the people the money. Yeah. I have put on the agenda several times to give back property tax refunds to all Thornton Township residents. Yet, instead, the board members walked out. Remember, Chris Gonzalez walked out when it was time to vote for such a thing. And that's a shame because he know how that program worked. Y'all gave it out when Frank Zuccarelli was here. What's making it any different now? And this is what I mean about gridlocking government. We have to stop it. You got people around here doing illegal things, and every time I tell it to y'all, y'all don't believe it until it happens to you. Then you say, oh, she was telling the truth all this time. That's why I'm not afraid to say it on the mic. That's why I'm not afraid to name, drop, and tell you who the people are. I am not. But this too shall pass, right? But until then, we must take care of the business. And we're not taking care of the business because the Board of Trustees are not showing up. I'm going to read to you the timeline as it relates to the consent emails from your trustee, Carmen Carlisle. 11/24/24. Carmen requested a consent email to be approved for the insurance. 11/26/2024. The lawyers, the Audit law firm, stated that cannot be done. That is illegal. On 11/27/2024, the lawyers reiterated to the trustee that cannot be done. That is illegal. This is all through email. But this is the illegal stuff that they keep trying to push that y'all don't hear about or see about. Because everybody want to do it their way and not the right way. On 12/2, the lawyers responded once again, stating you cannot do this. This is not allowed. This is how many times they keep trying to do the illegal act. And I keep on inserting myself saying, guys, let's just do it the right way. Let's call for a special meeting. Let's just come here and vote. That's all you have to do. Cast your vote and go. There's no reason why no trustee should not be here. They got elected by you guys, some appointed, and then they get paid by you guys. But yet they're not coming to actually do the work that's required. On 12/5, Carmen asked again through email to do a consent vote. And I go on. On 12/5, she asked the clerk to issue a consent email. On 12/5 again, she asked again for consent email. This how many emails we get in a day. I don't got time to go back and forth on emails. I don't do that. So what I'm saying to you is, but they keep sending emails to do the illegal act when all they have to do is show up and vote. That's it. It's that simple. But yet y'all missing it. But people putting out false information, misleading information, misguiding the residents of Thornton Township. But y'all smarter than that. And this is why I sit here and I come to the meeting that I schedule, because it's important business that needs to be taken. But yet I talk to y'all because I want y'all to still hear from your supervisor. Because the leader gonna always show up when they don't. I'm always standing in the fire when they won't.
Quick question.
Okay, one second. We're gonna take Q&A after I get done. Even though it's not a meeting, it's just me giving my speech, just so we're clear. There's no quorum, so there's no meeting. So no actions will be taken. All I'm doing is putting my statements out so that the public hear from me. And I'll be doing a press conference after this. Next. I got all the emails just to show you guys the things that's written in bodies from different people. When they send these emails, I got a ton of them, but I want to give it to you so you can actually follow what's been happening here in Thornton Township. Also, they put on here something about it wasn't a crisis. This is a crisis, guys. Despite what others may think or how they may feel. The crisis is this. If we don't have insurance, you lay off a ton of residents here at Thornton Township. A ton of them. And if you lay those residents off, how do they pay their bills? They don't soon need GA. They don't need help. They light, they gas, they water, they mortgages, they rent. So that's how important it is. But you don't see it for what it is. And if the lawyers advise me come tomorrow, we will be shutting down. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on them to advise us of our next steps, because they said no insurance, we cannot operate. And I understand. I held off this long and I kept on trying, and still no avail, nothing. They still haven't came here to basically take care of their business. Nothing has happened. So I wanted to point that out. This other one that I have right here is another thing as relates to the insurance. I just want to point that out, but I'm going to give this to the media, the whole entire timeline, so you'll know what to expect and know what has happened here at Thornton Township. Couple things on the agenda, and I just want to recite these for the record. One, the most important one, to pay all the bills here at Thornton Township. So when they sit here and they send something out saying, hey, I sent something out, I did a consent vote to pay bills. We cannot do that. Again, I keep repeating it. We cannot pay bills through consent. You must show up in the public to vote to pay bills. Next, the big one, the one that I think they're running from, the one they're afraid of, is to give you, the residents, the $2.2 million property tax refund, 100% property tax refund to all homeowners throughout Thornton Township. They do not want to be on record saying no. Because all they have to do is come here and just say no. We don't want to give y'all the money, then say no. Because we don't say yes. It's $2.2 million. Because we got a surplus over $4 million in the GA fund. So my job is to make sure I make a way and I give it back to the residents of Thornton Township. Next, bonuses for all staff. Everyone has been crying and complaining about they need more money, they need bonuses, and we put it on the agenda. Now it's up to the board to make you whole to my employees. I've tried several times, you've seen this on the agenda, and yet to no avail, nothing. They skip it, they pass it, they will not give you guys the bonus, which is also in the budget. We put the budget on there. We've been asking for them to pass the budget since March. Still, this is December. Y'all know we're going to go in the next budget cycle. No budget. So I'm tired of the blame game and people not taking responsibility for their action of not doing what they're supposed to do. Next on here we had the insurance, which I just spoke to. And another big one is the audit. It was an audit, which was a forensic audit that they voted for. They voted for this. Did y'all know that? The trustees voted to do a forensic audit for Carmen Carlisle and Keith Freeman Credit Card. And they did not show up to basically now go to the next step, which is to hire the company to do the forensic audit. What are you running from? What are you hiding? You voted to move forward. So if you voted to move forward, let's move forward so we can handle the business. Let's go. This is what we need to do. So That's on the agenda. The last and the most important thing, so that we will not no longer be gridlocked, is the vacancy. The appointment for Jerry Jones' seat. That is on the agenda. We can put it on here several times so that we can move forward and not be gridlocked. Have someone else come to a board meeting and they can vote, like I said, yes or no, or abstain, or vote present, or whatever you choose. It's your right. But show up and vote. That's what we asked for. If you're going to be out of order, y'all can leave. This is not a board meeting. This is not a board meeting. This is me giving my report. So please, if you don't want to hear it, the door is there. So thank you so much. That's what I'm saying. As it relates to the vacancy, they would not show up for a vacancy. And all they have to do is basically show up, vote for someone to take the spot, and move forward. That's it. That's all we had to do, guys. But no one wanted to do that. No one. No one. So all these things are on here for a reason. And I just want people to understand how things work, how things go. And I just want people to understand one thing too. When you guys are out of order or disrupting a meeting, you know it's a law that say that you cannot disrupt anything. You cannot disrupt the meeting. You will be removed from a meeting. So you can stop all that. I don't have to leave, I this, I that. If you do not want to hear it, the door is there. You can always go. So I just want to make sure that people understand that. I want to put that out there for those that don't understand how a organized meeting goes. So after the appointment, you will hear us talking about other things. We got other things that's really important, and I'm going to tell that to the media myself. That way we clear this room and I can handle my business. Because right now I'm just here to talk to you, to tell you everything that's at stake. And to the news, I have everything here. If you want the documents, I will give you every piece of evidence. So when you report it the correct way. And you don't have any misleading information. Because the people like to just lie and don't tell you their part of what they did as relates to gridlocking government, which I don't appreciate. Residents, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for coming out. Mike, KP, if y'all got something to say, you can go to the mic now and make your plea. I know KP has a couple things you wanted to point out, and you can talk about the letter that you did post, and that would be great. All right, go ahead, Mike.
The problem that I have is township business is all out in the community.
Can you speak in the mic?
The township's business is all out in the community. You have an individual by the name of Nikita Cloud that is continually to post emails from this governing body and making it public to the public. I know that certain things should not go out because it is a confidentiality thing. And Nikita posted today that they wouldn't come to the meeting because there would be a consent vote by email. So it continues to show that there are outsiders in this township that are controlling the trustees. Now, Trustee Gonzalez stood up after the caucus and said, now I can do my job. But when are you going to do your job? He is not here present. We have objections for tomorrow. I wonder, will Mr. Gonzalez be here for the objections to be held for supervisor, trustee, clerk, township, highway commissioner, assessor? I wonder, will he be here tomorrow to hear our objections? Because we did receive email that there will be an electoral board hearing here tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I'm just questioning these things that are going on. Do Miss Nikita Cloud work for the township? Why is she sending out documentation showing that she represents Thornton Township trustees? When was that vote taken? When was she hired as a media consultant? She continues to put out information that can harm this township. When you talk about services not being able to be given to citizens, this is crazy. You have food that citizens are depending on. You talk about their lights, the gas. Come on, it's a lot of things. And now the township is at risk of being shut down. These are the things that the news need to post. Because our community, believe it or not, they are in need. They're in need. If you looked at the food giveaway, there was over 3,000 residents in line that need assistance. The trustees need to come do their jobs. My question is, what can we as residents do? Can we file a lawsuit to have those two trustees removed? Because they will not come to meetings. Because they cannot miss a certain amount of meetings according to the statute with the township. You can't miss so many meetings in a row. They've missed so many meetings. since trustee Jerry Jones resigned. This is ridiculous. And we talk about who is controlling this. We saw it at the caucus. Many residents should have saw it at the caucus. Who controlled this government? You should have saw it. It's embarrassing. We cannot get things done. There's a gridlock here in our township.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank everyone for taking time out that day to come out. We are at a dire situation right now in Thornton Township. The food pantry will not be able to distribute food boxes to the seniors that we deliver to 4 days out of a 5-day week, due to the fact that the bill has not been paid to the suppliers of the food. So I'm expecting today to be the last day that we'll even be able to give our residents the boxes. You have to really understand what's at stake here. I understand politics, I understand people not liking people, but you're here to do a job. If it's something on the agenda that you are not, you don't approve of, you can simply vote no. To say you're not coming to meetings because the agenda is not one way, that's really not how government works. You have the opportunity to vote no. If this 5-member board doesn't have 3 affirmative votes, nothing can pass anyway. So they can easily stop whatever they don't want to address. It's obvious that they don't want to address the actual topic and vote no to a topic because they have the ability to do that.
Does Carmen have a restraining order against you?
You out of order, you
You
out of
know she
order.
does.
Oh, okay, well, maybe that's why she's not here.
Go ahead, no,
That has
no,
nothing to
no,
do
no,
with
no,
it.
no, just make your statement.
Please let me do that for her and her viewers.
Thank you.
The order that she has against me clearly states that we can be in the same room in the workplace.
Yeah.
So stop that.
But you call her out her name and everything, that's
That's
hostile.
not a
Y'all
restraining
y'all call people out their name every day.
No,
So
no,
let's, I'm gonna go.
Okay, well, ma'am, you out of order, just
I
finish
got
your
asked
thing
you
so
to
we
do-
can finish.
You're out of order.
I
Finish
did
your,
that.
ladies, do that outside, go
I
ahead.
did that for her viewers.
I just,
Go ahead.
I
The
want,
order
I just
clearly
want it
states
clear, because
that
you're gonna
she
throw
can
Carmen
come
under
here.
the bus.
Finish,
But she has a
Katie.
restraining order
You're a
against you.
distractor, that's all you are.
Yes.
Well, call it
So I'm
what
gonna
you
stay
want.
focused like I asked you to do.
The truth is the truth.
This is,
have it.
shameful.
Yeah.
It's shameful that
And it shows the puppet.
it's shameful that people would jeopardize not only residents of Thornton Township's ability and needs to have food, but maybe even worse than that. When we don't have this insurance, basically after today, and the seniors that depend on the transportation department, Tony left, for them to get to dialysis, some things are more important than politics and personal vendettas. So with the news, I really hope you all take this information, because just like everything they're putting out on the news, you all don't give us the opportunity to counter it and prove through emails the facts. We have the facts.
They never give one.
So make sure that you all
I'm talking.
get all the information. Please just pursue the truth.
I'm ignorant.
And
Okay, thank you.
as elected officials,
Appreciate that.
you're supposed to serve the people,
That's right.
not personal agendas.
That's what they're doing.
And I don't think it gets worse than stopping seniors from being able to go grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, dialysis, the ability to get
You don't
food.
wanna show up.
And these are the matters that should be addressed. So thank you, Mayor, for being so strong, Supervisor. I'm gonna stand with you. I know you said you had a permit. So, thanks.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for educating the people that don't know what's at stake.
You're gonna be
So
sick.
thank you, thank you.
Puppets.
Miss Gray
Explain
Everett,
that
what
talk.
I noticed in a video meeting was that Chris Gonzalez was present at a school district 149 meeting. But he's not present here at this meeting. The trustees do have the opportunity to come to the meeting and also not appoint whatever appointment Tiffany Henry wants to make.
Their safety is-
And so it's totally, and so ma'am, you drive from the northwest suburbs to make your comments, but
Right.
please allow me to make mine, please.
Okay.
I know you drive a long way.
Dang.
All right, you know, I keep information.
Oh, my goodness.
So he said,
Wow.
now,
She not president?
Oh, my God.
and so,
Yeah.
Distracted.
and so let me continue, please. It's alarming and ridiculous, and you were absolutely correct when you cited that Carmen Carlisle has a restraining order. She has in fact had that restraining order since August 19th of 2024, and it plainly states that he can be present at board
That when he
meetings.
creates a hostile environment.
That's
not a hostile
what you're doing,
environment.
calling
And
her
so-
out her name.
And so
Never
when
done
you,
that.
when
You have called her
that,
out
when
her
that
name
environment is
repeatedly.
created, what you
Called
do
her out
with
her
a
name
restraining
repeatedly.
order
That's not
is
right.
you follow up with the police. And then the police deal with whatever harassment comes after a restraining order, and then he will be arrested. But what you don't do is not show up to a board meeting. Ma'am, you provided her personal security to her car, so why is she
Okay.
afraid?
Okay.
You, I have video of you
Okay, and I
stating,
have video of
we're
you ready to
gonna,
pull out a gun on
we're gonna,
somebody.
well, I did.
How about that?
Oh,
I
wait a
did.
minute.
Video.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Produce it, please.
Okay,
can't be in
okay,
here talking
guys,
about pulling
okay,
out a
go
gun.
ahead, can you finish your
No,
statement?
no, I
so we
haven't
can
said
end this?
anything, but
No,
she
no,
cannot
no.
be in here talking about pulling out a
Please
gun.
let
Okay,
her
guys,
Don't be
commit,
doing that around me,
please let
talking
her
about that.
commit that slander.
Don't say that around me.
Yeah.
You
Let her
get ready to
commit
pull out a
that,
gun.
let her commit
Okay,
that
go ahead, finish your
slander.
statement, then we gonna wrap this up.
And so that's a very serious issue. And so Jerry Jones quit. To my understanding, he's the treasurer. I had questions about the $14.6 million that's held in cash assets. What does he have to do with that money? And I also want to know, because Stephanie Wiedemann stated a while back that the supervisor has the authority to write as many $3,000 checks as she wants without cap and without board approval. So if you have those powers, I highly advise that you implement them in providing the services for the residents of Thornton Township, and that will be all. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much.
Well,
All right,
I got one
oh,
follow-up.
Okay.
you know,
Mhm.
the scripture says, in the presence of 2 or 3 witnesses, okay, the Lord will hear us, all right? Now, I'm addressing one thing, Chris Gonzalez, okay, and not being here. I was at the caucus, and Chris Gonzalez was there with the young lady. I don't know who the young lady was, but he's always talking about security. He's afraid of this, the exits and everything else. Anybody else that was there? I got there about just after 4 o'clock. Saw the packed caucus and all of the things that were going on. And the problems the Homewood police were saying that we're not here to run this or whatever, but how they blocked Tiffany Henyard's supporters. That's when they got involved.
Yep.
Okay, but Chris Gonzalez cannot lie to us any longer and say that this is a problem here. Even though this young lady is talking about pulling out guns and whatever and everything like that, security is right on it. So why isn't he here?
Right.
Okay? Now, I'm a resident, Thornton Township, not only that, but I'm running for office myself.
Oh, my gosh.
No way I can vote for Chris Gonzalez. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, because I talked to him and I asked him, wait a minute. All of these meetings you missed, you're here at the caucus with this young lady, and you're not afraid of all of these people all around haven't been searched? I got that on tape right here with the Homewood police. Did you search anyone for knives, guns, or anything like that? Where the X's are? Did you empty the building? Okay, after your so-called political fundraiser and all of this stuff, to have an organized caucus in here with only Thornton Township residents? They didn't do that. Not only that, but they allowed children to stay in there and yell yay or nay.
Wow.
So I'm sorry, I don't really call people out by names or anything, but I'm done with Chris Gonzalez with that lies. The other young lady, whatever, I reached out to try to get her side because there's 2 sides to everything, and she hasn't responded. So we're open to your response, and thank you for hearing me.
All right, thank you so much. So that concludes, my statement, or our statements. I thank you for coming out. Unfortunately, as you can see, once again, it's gridlock. No action will be taken this evening, but I just wanted the lawyer to basically confirm that we cannot utilize consent vote through email. Can you just educate people on that, please?
Yeah, there's no board action that can be taken by email by any of the trustees. If there's debt to be incurred or expenses to be made, they have to be voted on in person at a regular board meeting.
All right, I think maybe that'd be better, you heard from the lawyer and not from my lips. So now he said it, I said it, AG said it, everybody keep telling y'all the same exact thing. So when they put things out saying that it have to be a consent vote through email, no. That's a person not doing their job, not showing up to work. That's what that is, that's a cop-out. You need to show up to this board meeting and handle the business. Because right now, like I just stated, I'm just reiterating what I said, everybody's job is at stake. We cannot operate when we don't pay our bills. The food pantry runs on food, right? If we got no food to put in boxes to go deliver to our seniors, what do? They can't come to work and just look at boxes. They need something to do, but we're not paying bills. And there's a lot of other bills that have not gotten paid. That's very, very important. And I'll get back to the news so you can understand where we are and why we're complaining about them not showing up to a scheduled board meeting, let alone all these special board meetings that we have called just to pay bills, just to make us whole and pay for insurance so that the drivers for transportation are insured. All these things matter, but we can't move forward without the proper protocol, which is have a board meeting, call the roll to pay bills, have agenda items, and take care of the business, whether it's up, down, or it's at a stall. You come and show up, place your vote, and go home. That is how government is ran. It is not a dictatorship, it's democracy. You have to move forward. So thank you so much for coming out. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'll see you next time. I'm gonna post some on my page because the caucus was really, really bad. I'm glad that he did spoke to it. So I just want you to understand you will see me soon because it was really illegal. They did voter suppression and they did not allow the voters of Thornton Township inside of the building. Everybody was outside, ready to come inside a building, and they did not allow us in. So I want you to know that. What was that?
It says 4 o'clock.
Oh yeah, 4
Because
o'clock.
they said on the news
Yeah.
that we were
Late.
late.
No one's late. We got video footage of everything. You got video of me going inside, saying, hey, we're here. And they said they had a party at 5 o'clock. So I just want to point that out to you because you had seniors in the cold with walkers, with oxygen tanks, things of that nature, and in wheelchairs. I had to allow them to go in my vehicles, on my buses, to stay warm. So I just don't believe in allowing people to treat people that way. At the end of the day, we are all human. And I said it over and over again. Whether people like you or not, you're supposed to take care of the people. And they did not do that that night. It displayed that. And those that didn't see it, you can go watch all these videos and things that's going on. But I am really, really big on everybody should have the right to be heard. Everybody should have a voice. Everybody should be able to execute their right by coming to a voting spot and voting. But that did not happen that evening. You will hear from me. You will hear from my lawyers. And this is not the end of it. But I want to point that out. Thank you again for coming out this evening. Till next time.